This footage comes from a trucker who says he was driving solo on his route when his boss contacted him about someone riding along in his vehicle.
Mi estimado, ¿sabes que no puede subir a nadie a la unidad? Por favor, baja a tu acompañante en la siguiente parada.
Chinga, no traigo a nadie.
Estoy viendo la cámara, por favor, bájala en la siguiente parada.
No manches, si vengo solo.
Estoy viendo en la cámara que viene una mujer contigo. Mi estimado, ¿sabes que no puede subir a nadie a la unidad? Por favor, baja a tu acompañante en la siguiente parada.
The unsettling thing is that nobody was actually sitting in the cab with him, which means a spirit probably hitched a ride without paying. That's a disturbing idea for sure. This is an older recording taken by a young man inside his grandparents' house. He mentions it's around 3 a.m. when he started hearing strange noises. He also mentions that he heard a woman speaking, and filled with courage, he grabs his camera and decides to investigate the area.
So it's like 3 in the morning right now, and I swear to God, I just heard someone talking down our hall, and there's no one home right now because my grandparents are out of town for the weekend. So I'm gonna go investigate. Hear that? What the hell? Do you guys hear that?
A pretty frightening video. You can hear a woman crying at the end of the recording. And before that, we can hear what sounds like someone following him. He even turns the camera around. Now the question remains: what exactly had happened here that night? During a routine night patrol, a night officer was stationed at an abandoned hospital undergoing renovations. The facility had a concerning history of unexplained events, which prompted management to maintain security presence despite the closure. What transpired during his shift would leave a lasting impression. While conducting his rounds through the darkened corridors, the officer began hearing distinct crying sounds echoing through the empty building. As he investigated the source of these unsettling noises, his equipment captured something unexpected. Given that the officer had confirmed he was alone in the building and all entry points were secured, the presence of this shadow raised serious questions. The evidence he gathered that night suggested something beyond ordinary explanation. His footage showed a distinct dark shape moving through the hallway, though there was no apparent source for such a manifestation. The officer's documentation of the event, including time-stamped recordings and his written report, provided compelling evidence that something unusual had occurred in the vacant hospital. Was it a paranormal incident, perhaps? This man Kike was driving by himself through Plaza Lomas de Lourdes in Saltillo, Mexico, when he heard someone in his back seat, which really startled him. So he turns around to see what's behind him, and he spots this.
¿Qué onda, raza? Venía aquí manejando en Lomas de Lourdes y escuché un ruido acá atrás del asiento de atrás. Y me paré para ver qué onda. Y estoy viendo allá al fondo se ve una mujer.
There's a woman dressed in white just standing by this hill in the middle of nowhere, right where he thought he heard someone sitting behind him when he drove past earlier. The timing seems too strange to be just a coincidence. Now he's curious enough to turn around and go back to get a better look at who this person might be and figure out what's really going on.
Actualizando. Chingue su madre, le voy a dar por ahí a ver qué chingados es. A ver si es una mona o una bruja o algo, o estoy viendo mal. Vamos a ver qué onda, vamos a darle rápido. A la verga, si es una pinche señora. Miren, 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 miren. ¡Oh, la verga!
She's just there, completely still and showing no emotion whatsoever, and then he makes it back to that same spot again.
Aquí vamos a pasar de nuevo. A ver si sigue ahí la llorona. Mírala, mírala.
He's convinced this mysterious figure has something to do with those sounds he heard from his back seat when he first passed this place. Like always though, you can decide for yourself what's really going on here. A night watchman at an Argentinian school regularly patrols the isolated campus during the graveyard shift. The property's remote location, miles from town with no neighboring structures, has made it a target for trespassers, including those performing occult ceremonies after hours. Many workers and students have found a grim end in this building due to several weird occurrences in the past 50 years. During one of his live-stream patrols, the guard's camera caught something that defies explanation.
Y aquí en la escuela cuando empiezan a ladrar los perros así a llorar. Ah, visto. Ahí empieza a joder, como a golpear. Todas las noches hace lo mismo. ¿Qué pasa? Tempranito empieza a hinchar las pelotas.
Later, while taking a breather in another section of the building, more unexplained activity unfolds. A storage locker unlatches itself, followed by the sudden blackout of a nearby light fixture. On a separate evening, while inspecting the restroom facilities, he encountered something truly horrifying. A childlike female voice echoes through the bathroom before the entrance violently slams shut on its own, leaving the guard paralyzed with terror. He's convinced it's the spirit of the student who died there years ago. During another broadcast, what appears to be her visage was captured. This particular sighting exists only as a fragment spotted by a viewer after the fact, so extended footage isn't available. Nevertheless, the image clearly shows a ghastly pale girl's face peering through the window, observing him silently. The credibility of these encounters is bolstered by everything being broadcast live as it happens. What additional secrets might this haunted institution hold? Here, a guy is just coming back to his apartment one night, not expecting anything unusual at all. But right before he gets to the door, he looks up at his bedroom window, and there's something looking right back down at him.
Side of my apartment building, and there's something watching me from my window. Hold up. I don't know what or who that is, but it keeps watching me, following me. My God. Okay. And as soon as I run back upstairs, it's gonna disappear. What do you want?
In the video, you can see this weird figure standing there at the window. What makes it so creepy isn't just that it's there, but how clear and defined the shape actually is. A lot of people were fast to say it's probably just clothes, maybe a shirt, or some fabric hung up in a way that looks like a person. But the more you stare at it, the less sense that explanation makes. The shape doesn't drape the way fabric would, and the proportions seem too deliberate, too defined to be something just casually hanging there. It looks like it has structure, like something's actually there. And toward the end of the video, there seems to be a slight shift, something that makes the whole thing even more disturbing. Some think that whatever was standing there at the window might have been inside the room way longer than he knew, staying hidden and unnoticed until the exact second it wanted to be seen. But since nothing else has come out, this creepy incident stays a mystery. Tell Me Your Ghost Story podcast shares chilling stories about supernatural experiences sent in by people from all over the globe. Anyone who follows the show can send in their own tales, video clips, and photos of things they can't explain. One recent show aired something that truly freaked out everyone watching. The person telling this story explains that many years back, her two little girls were having fun together in their family bathroom. Their home dates back more than 135 years, and weird stuff had happened there before. This time, though, they actually managed to get paranormal activity on video for the first time ever. The mom was relaxing in her bedroom when she decided to take a quick picture of her girls having fun. Nothing felt off about the moment. Later, though, after she shared the picture on her Instagram stories, her sister spotted something really disturbing.
Years ago, my daughters were playing in the bathroom. I was laying in my bed and I snapped this photo. I posted it to my Instagram stories and my sister replied, "Who's that old woman in the photo?" I zoomed in and saw her. She is definitely not my daughter. We live in a 135-year-old house, so we have crazy things happen all the time, but this is the first time we caught it on camera.
In the picture, you can see both girls standing there in front of their bathroom mirror, smiling and posing for the camera. What's staring back from the reflection is an old woman's face, clear as day. The mom insists nobody else was home that day, just her and the two kids. That face staring back from the mirror is still unexplained, clear enough that you can't miss it, but nobody knows who it could be. This picture might be the strongest proof yet that something else shares their home. This was caught by a family who was touring an apartment they were interested in renting. At some point, one of the family members captures something quite eerie on camera. Take a look.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was scared a little bit. That's why I walked it.
Bubby, you stay with us.
I'm going down. Who's that in this room? Yes.
Ooh, it's her.
A mysterious voice can be heard, whispering the name Jadis. which is the woman's niece, which makes this recording pretty creepy for sure. It was never explained where this voice came from, but it was reason enough for them to pass on this unit. Understandable. There's this mortician named Jules Alexis who operates a funeral home alongside her family members. She makes videos for social media where she answers people's questions and shares details about what really goes on inside funeral homes. But during this one video, she's filming really late at night in the funeral home. Something totally unexpected goes down.
Hey you guys, we haven't made a video in a little while, so I just wanted to come on and kind of refresh everybody with just a little mortician tip here. I don't know if everybody's aware. Sometimes they're not aware that in order for the clothing to really fit properly, say it's too big, too small, we have to cut the back of the clothing in order to place it on your loved one. So sometimes if families request the favorite shirt back or, you know, their favorite set of whatever they have on, it will be cut. It's very rare, unless the clothing is perfectly fitted to that person, that the director won't have to cut it. I've worked in several funeral homes where they don't cut it, and it... Is anybody here?
No, what is here?
Here.
Time to go.
What?
Time to go.
We're the only ones here. I have to go look.
That's always when you videotape.
Okay, let's go. We're going.
While Alexis is talking to the camera, this really loud noise cuts her off completely. It's like someone yelling from somewhere else in the building. Her son's right there behind her and says nobody else is around. That's when Alexis and her son look totally freaked out. But she says weird stuff like this happens regularly at their funeral home. It's so frequent now that she and her family are convinced the place is haunted. Did Jules Alexis actually capture real paranormal activity at her funeral home?
I've worked in several funeral homes where they don't cut it, and it...
It's the middle of the night when a security camera films what looks like an ordinary empty room. Everything seems normal at first. You can see a door at the back that's completely shut. The whole place is dead quiet. For a few long seconds, absolutely nothing moves. But then that door starts creeping open, bit by bit. You can't see any hand grabbing the handle. No shadow sliding under the gap. Nobody's even there.
Front. Door. Center. Center is open. Disarm now. Disarm now.
You catch that? The door swings open just enough for a person to walk right through. But here's the thing, nobody does. The room stays completely empty the whole time. Some people watching think it's just air moving through, or maybe a broken door latch. But others say the way it moves looks like someone's actually pushing it. It's not jerking open fast or slamming hard, just this smooth, controlled movement that opens up to nothing but darkness. The hospital security team shared footage of something unsettling. After a young patient had died earlier that day, their cameras picked up what looked like the shadow of a small boy. The strange part was that this shadow appeared next to the bed of another boy who was just recovering from surgery. The security recording shows this dark figure standing still by the recovering patient's bed. What makes this even more concerning is hospital staff walking through this eerie shadow. The fact that this happened right after another child had passed away in the hospital raised questions about whether this could have been some kind of visit from beyond. This footage comes from Leonardo, an employee who spotted some strange figures showing up near the cars parked around him. These things kept vanishing and reappearing, which freaked him out because nothing about them looked like a person. He decided to go live on camera, so people could watch what was happening as it actually occurred.
Lo voy a hacer en vivo porque luego dicen, ya me asustó el gato, luego dicen que es mentiras, pero miren, estoy acá afuera del yunque y miren lo que se mira. No sé si cansan a mirar ustedes, pero mira. Me arrimo. Mira, mira. Mire. ¿Se mira eso? Mira, se mete. Y no son rateros porque ya corrí para atrás, me metí con la troca y cada vez que me arrimo, se mira. ¡Ay! ¡Ay! No, hombre. Mira, man. ¡Ay! Con su madre. Me siento. Allá está.
Leonardo never figured out where those dark shapes came from, or whether something supernatural was behind it all. Definitely a creepy experience, no doubt about it. Carolina Case Files runs a YouTube channel focused on looking into strange incidents throughout both North and South Carolina. They talk to witnesses, dig into old local stories, and record weird events. Not long ago, someone sent them security footage, shot in night vision without revealing who they were. This ghostly white, almost bone-thin creature crawls right past the camera on its hands and knees. Maybe this is one of those legendary creatures North Carolina is known for. In the comments, locals from North Carolina are saying they've spotted the same pale thing before. Some people are calling it a rake, while others think it's what they call a crawler. The Carolina Case Files crew keeps digging into this, really hoping whoever sent the video will step forward with more details. Right now, though, they're stuck with just this scary video and the disturbing thought that something we can't explain might be hiding out in Deep Run's forests. In plenty of other creepy stories, there are people who think kids can pick up on paranormal stuff way better than grown-ups can. Sammy, a mom living in South America, thinks that's exactly what went down with her twin boys. She was filming them one day while they were just playing around together, and what started as a normal everyday family video turned into something that really freaked her out.
¿Qué pasó?
There's suddenly another sound that comes through in the background. Someone speaking. Sammy didn't catch it while she was recording. She was too busy watching her sons to notice that anything weird had even happened. But later, when she sat down and played the video back, she heard the voice loud and clear, and it absolutely terrified her. Scared out of her mind, she posted the video online, where it blew up almost immediately. A ton of people who saw it became convinced the voice was from a ghost. The following was recorded by Zach, a security guard working nights who was sent to inspect an old storm drain tunnel in downtown Colorado Springs. Local residents had been sharing eerie tales about the place, and property owners reported trespassers causing trouble down there. What began as a simple checkup quickly changed into something far more frightening.
Dentro.
Hello? Anyone here?
When he first heard the scream, he thought it might just be a wild animal, so he continued deeper into the tunnel. That's when he realized the sound probably wasn't coming from any animal he knew. He spotted fresh footprints on the tunnel floor, suggesting someone had recently been there.
I need to take a breather. What the? Nope, I'm dipping out. This I don't know what that is. Oh.
Zach immediately ran out of the tunnel as his fear took over. In the comments section, viewers speculated that what lurked in that tunnel might have been a skinwalker or a Wendigo. A woman named Lauren sent in this footage, and she says whatever's happening in her house keeps getting more intense. It started with little things she could brush off, but now it feels purposeful, like something that knows exactly what it's doing. Leading up to this night, Lauren had already caught a bunch of really disturbing stuff on camera. She kept finding footprints appearing on her floor that didn't belong to anyone living there. They were smaller than what an adult would leave, shaped strangely, like whatever made them wasn't completely solid. After that, she started catching glimpses of shadows moving at the corner of her eye, never clear enough to see head-on, always hovering just outside her direct line of sight. It happened so many times she couldn't write it off anymore. And then came the voices.
Having to go upstairs and check something because I just heard a noise. Teddy. Oh gosh, you picked stuff up here. Did you hear that? Okay. Okay, it's time to go back. Thought I heard something. What was that? What was that? Okay.
Paranormal investigations, voices that sound like children, sometimes get tied to what experts call mimic entities. These are things that pretend to be innocent and safe right before the situation gets a whole lot worse. Other people think noises like this might be what's called a residual haunting, where pieces of something that happened a long time ago got burned into the place somehow and just keep looping over and over. But Lauren says what's been going on doesn't feel like some old echo just playing back. It feels like it's actually watching her, aware of her presence. So she keeps documenting everything, hoping she'll eventually figure out what's sharing that house with her. A woman who goes by Sarah Serendipity shared something on TikTok that really shook her up. She described this experience that completely changed how she felt about her own home, like it wasn't a safe place anymore. Sarah said that one night she got hit with this incredibly strong sense that someone was watching her. This wasn't just paranoia or her imagination running wild. It was that bone-deep feeling you get when something's genuinely off about the space you're in. She couldn't just sit there and ignore it. So she grabbed her phone and hit record, thinking maybe if there really was something there, she'd actually have evidence this time. And it didn't take long before what she was feeling got confirmed.
What is that? What the f is that? It looks like a hand. A freaking face. Like 2 hands and a face. What is this? What the?
You can see what looks like handprints showing up on the window, and there's even something that resembles a face starting to form. These marks appear like they've been pressed against the glass from outside, as though something had been standing there just a few inches away, staring in at her. That's the part that really gets under your skin. This doesn't seem accidental at all. The shapes look deliberate, like they have purpose, almost as if whatever's there is trying to make itself known the only way it knows how, by marking where it's been. Now, sure, there might be a normal reason for this. Sometimes old fingerprints or smudges can suddenly show up on glass when the temperature changes or the light hits it differently. But even considering that, it's the timing here that makes the whole thing so unsettling. A young woman states that ever since moving into a new home, she noticed a strange copy of herself standing right behind her whenever she is seeing herself reflecting in the upstairs window.
So you can see this is me, and there's a glass, and you can see that there's a shape that looks like a person, but there's definitely there's no way there could be someone standing there. It kind of looks like me.
It does look indeed like another woman is standing right behind her. One would assume that it's perhaps just one of her friends, or a family member playing a prank on her, which is when the woman created a follow-up video shortly after.
So she's back. The last time I made this video, people were saying that it's my double reflection. But I'm just gonna put up my hand here. Yeah, the sage has worn off.
She stated that she cleansed her home with sage, which apparently helped her to get rid of this for several weeks, before she mysteriously returned. It is unknown if this is something inexplicable at all. It certainly spooked out a lot of people who are following this case. What is your opinion? The following video was uploaded by user Bunnytoes. She states the following. Unknown voice, unknown entity. A couple of years ago, I gave my old iPhone SE to my grandkids. They like to take a bunch of pictures and videos, so I went through it to delete stuff to make sure they have space. I was going through their phone on Christmas Eve 2018 when I came across this video. This video shook me to the core though. After 2 years, this still creeps me out and I still think about this almost every day.
Let's change your butt. You smell like you poopy.
What do you guys think? Could they capture the spirit of their grandma here? Or was something else visiting from another realm? Maybe even a shadow person?